In this video, we'll be taking the demo that we started with, that we had online, and be adding a level loader and whatnot. So the first thing we need for a level loader is we're going to need to create a level. Now, my screen is 900 by 700. I'm going to use 50 pixel tiles. It's a little big, it's kind of chunky, but it's good for what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make a new file. I'm going to embiggen it so you can see what I'm doing. And this file is going to be 900 divided by 50, which is 18 by 14. So 18 by 14, so 18 wide. And I'm going to put a wall of blocks around. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to look down at this corner here. How many columns? And I want that to 18. I'm going to duplicate that line and then duplicate it one more time. And here I'm going to switch from insert to overwrite mode to OVR down here. I'm going to now overwrite the middle of spaces. I still have the end piece, but now I need to make this 14 rows tall. I can use the line number over here to tell me. Now it looks taller than it is wide. That's because the font is more tall than it is wide, but really it's going to be a wide screen. And these will resolve to squares. The next thing I need to do, and I'm going to put this into my folder, which is file demo, and I'll make a new folder in here called levels. And I'm going to call this 1.lvl. So now I have my level file. I now need a wall object, a wall image. So I'm going to go to my paint.net, and I'm going to draw a new thing. So file new. I'm going to set the size to 50 by 50 because that's my block size. Hit OK. I'm going to enlarge this. And I'm going to go and draw bring my tools over. I'm going to switch to tool, drawing shapes. I'm going to switch to, I'm going to make it I'm going to do Control A, delete. And I'm going to use a squared off rectangle because I think rounded rectangle because I think it looks cool. And I'm going to start it here. Hold Shift to hold it in size. And I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to paint bucket, and I'm going to grab a pretty blue color, and I'm going to paint bucket the inside of that. And if I bring this back down to 1:1, that looks very nice. So now I'm going to take and save this as in my ball demo project into images, and I'm going to make a new folder called tiles, and I'm going to call this wall.png. Save. So that gives me my image and my level. The next piece I need to do is I need to create a new Python file called wall.py, and I'm going to use ball.py as a starting point. So I'm going to bring this, embiggen this, file, save as, wall.py. And I'm going to change this to wall. And all a wall needs to know is where to go. And I'm going to build all my tiles on a center position. So the start position by default is going to be 25, 25. I could choose any corner, but I'm going to use the top thing. Our walls going to only have one image, so I don't need any animation stuff. Actually, I'm going to steal one thing for myself. Copy. Then I'm going to go Control Y, backspace. Instead of loading an image from a list, I'm going to just dynamically load in one image, except it's going to be tiles wall.png. I probably should have made that wall lowercase, but that's life. I have no speed. It goes away. I don't have a radius. It's a square. Go away. It has a rectangle. I'm going to do center equals start, pause. In fact, I'm going to change that to pause without a start because it's never going to move. I don't have a speed. I have a bounce. I do have a kind called a wall. I don't have animation timers. Those can all go away. My update This is nothing really. I'm just going to do pass. He doesn't have a move method. I don't have a wall collide. He doesn't have a distance. That's really all he does. Walls don't care what they hit. They just hit things. They just exist. I'm now going to load one wall into my thing manually. So I'm going to load wall is equal to bracket wall parentheses 25 comma 25 wall 20 let's do 75 comma 25 and close that bracket. I'm going to duplicate this and import wall.py. And now we just need to draw our walls to the screen. And I'm going to draw the walls behind the balls. Actually, I'll draw them after, but I can do the same thing. For wall in walls, screen.pit wall.image, wall.rect. And that's going to get me balls run into the game. If I execute the game, I have a semicolon error on line 23. I probably forgot to close a bracket. There we go. And I have my two walls there. They're inside there. They don't interact with anything, but that's a good starting point. So in our next video, we'll look at the balls colliding with the walls, and then we'll start looking at loading from a file.